What's up, guys? I'm Mike D'Antonio, founder and CEO of StockedUp, and welcome back to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show. We have an amazing episode for you guys today. There are a ton of exciting moves going on in the stock market right now. There's a lot of important news that we have to go over, and then in this video, we're also going to be going over a lot of current plays that Tom and I like, a lot of current plays that we already made this week. And we just have a lot of exciting news for you guys this episode. Make sure you watch to the end. There are a ton of opportunities to watch out for in the stock market right now. If you guys are new to the Stocks with Mike and Tom show, don't forget to subscribe and you will see our daily stock market watch list on your homepage. So with that being said, Tom, if you want to tell us pretty much what happened in the stock market today.
Yeah, the stock market today was very good. Almost every stock went up. Banking stocks continued their rally upwards with JPM popping up 5% on the day and closing very strong again. We had some members in Discord turn $336 into $1,700 on a JPM day trade that we called out in Discord. And guys, these plays are very hot. You will not want to miss out on these opportunities. And anyone who got in stocks for the long term right now is getting paid. And the only question I have is how much further can this uptrend continue?
Right. So, Tom, do you want to pull up a chart real quick of just the market overall? So if you guys don't know, the stock market has had an amazing week so far. You know, we do have a short week because Monday was off, but yesterday was just like a surprise explosion out of nowhere. The stock market opened up a ton, or not a ton, opened up very high, and we're just having a ton of upwards momentum, you know, and a lot of traders are doing very well right now. Including all the alerts we're giving out even for free in the Discord. So if you want some of the free alerts that we give out intraday, click the first link in the description down below, and we give out completely free day trade alerts. So the same play that someone turned $336 into over $1,700, that was a completely free trade. Feel free to join with the link in the description down below. But yeah, Tom, I mean, the market's doing really well. I mean, as of right now, I mean, don't fight the bull. You know what I mean? The market's exploding upwards. Like, as of right now in the short term, I don't see it. I don't see really too much downside potential. What do you think?
Yeah, me either. We're trading right above the 100 SMA, which is a fantastic technical to look at. You can see how it consolidated a few days right along it, and it just popped right above it the past few days. And I think we have a lot of room to go back up to the top. Maybe we could hit 330 on the SPY or 320. But by the end of this week, I would expect somewhere to around 310 to 315 if we continue with this type of pace. And just the overall expectation has been great, especially with Memorial Day weekend. Everybody was getting out, going to the store and buying food, buying more supplies. A lot of people are getting out and, you know, getting out in general, being with their friends more. And that's just helping the banking industry overall. And the banking industry is what really drives the markets up. And all the banking stocks have just been killing it this week.
Yeah, exactly. So the banking industry definitely has a huge input in the huge run up we're seeing this week. Like Tom said, guys, like I feel like the panic is really kind of like lowering a lot. People, like Tom said, like things are just starting to return back to normal a lot quicker than everyone anticipated. So there are still a lot of fundamental problems with the economy right now, like, you know, just like the crazy debt levels, you know, the unemployment, and there are legitimate problems with the economy right now, but the stock market has so much momentum upwards, and it's hard to fight against that. So in terms of a trader mindset, I'm not talking about like, you know, a fundamental, you know, I'm not talking about like the fundamentals of the stock market right now. I'm talking about just trading and investing in the market right now. There's a lot of upside potential. So Tom, if you also want to tell us pretty much about what's going on with China right now.
Yeah, China, they are having sanctions right now because of the tortures of Muslims in the western part of China. China warned that it will retaliate against any sanctions that we impose, and they deny all the allegations of abuse against the Muslims in that part of their country. They have been putting people into re-education camps, and that's something that whenever you talk about re-education camps, you can talk about the internment camps that we had during World War II and even Hitler's camps. They're kind of very similar. And China's doing some very shady stuff right now. And it's stuff that goes against all the morals and everything that every country should stand for. And right now, President Trump has these on his desk, and he will decide what he's going to do with them.
Yeah, so I actually watched like I don't know what it was. It might have been like like a short documentary the other week on this. Like, it's kind of messed up. You know, there's like the biggest thing is China was, you know, they're not doing good things. And what happened is we are sending sanctions again, or we should say, because Trump has the House just passed the bill, right? So it'll eventually be sent to Trump. But the biggest thing is, like, let's say we do put sanctions on China, then they are going to retaliate against us. And then if they retaliate against us, we're going to retaliate back. And it's going to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, kind of like December of 2018. And that was horrible for the market. So, you know, hopefully it doesn't get like that. But just know that that is an outstanding problem with the U.S. and China right now. You know, especially with everything going on with the economy, a sanction war, or just like a trade war, you could call it, would not help the economy at all. So like you could see Tom's pointing out right now, that was the drop we saw in the last major trade war. It was
20% drop on the Dow Jones, and that's insane. A 20% drop on the market just because of Chinese sanctions. But guys, just keep in mind that China runs almost all of our factories, and almost all of our stuff is still made overseas. We're trying to bring some of it back, but most of it is still over there. And if they impose sanctions on us, that's just going to bring that's going to make a lot of companies not profit as much as they should.
Yeah, so we have to keep our eye on that for sure. And then, Tom, if you want to talk about Boeing, and then the huge move after hours they had too.
Yeah, Boeing, they ended up laying off 6,000 workers today because of the rapid decrease in air travel and the COVID-19 pandemic. And, you know, laying off 6,000 people, that doesn't necessarily sound like a good thing, but from a business perspective, it's a great thing. And you can see that they popped up in after hours because that's a lot of expenses that they don't have to pay anymore. And also they started production on their 737 MAX planes again. And that could also be the reason for this nice run up in after hours. We have over a 5% increase in after hours from 149 a share up to 158 a share.
Yeah, so that's big news with Boeing right now. The biggest thing for tomorrow is a momentum play. So if Boeing can just keep that momentum up, has good news, has good momentum, has good trend going, could definitely be a good play for calls. But just play it like a momentum play. If they open and they just tank right at open, then forget about it. But if they're going up, you know, definitely consider calls, and I might even day trade this tomorrow.
Yeah, me too. It's definitely a good opportunity. If it breaks 158, I'll be eyeing it very hard. I'll probably set an alert, and I'll definitely write it down and be watching it tomorrow.
For sure. So now we are going to go over the momentum trades for tomorrow. So guys, the first stock on the momentum trade is C. So pretty much we are just looking for a continuation with this play. These plays work out very well, and actually C, like all the banking stocks were momentum trades on yesterday's watch list. So if you momentum traded them, you would be doing very well today. So the first one is C. So Tom, what was the high for C today?
It ended up hitting 52.58 in after hours, so I'd be looking for it to break about $53, and it just had a nice green candle pop up, so it could even move higher while we're talking.
Yeah, so if C breaks above $53 tomorrow, look at C in a bullish sense. All you're looking for is the break above 53. And then we have LMT.
Yep, Lockheed Martin, they make the best jets in the world, and they are definitely up today. Just like Boeing, shot directly up, obviously with more air travel and everything going on, that's going to help them very significantly. But even more than that, the jets that they make for the U.S. and the contracts that they have, that's why they've been staying up, and they haven't fallen down quite as far as Boeing.
Yep. And then what was the high, and what should we be watching for tomorrow?
Ooh, they're getting really close to 400 a share, so I would watch for a break above 400, considering they hit 398.30 in after hours.
Okay, cool. So if LMT is above 400, look at it in a bullish sense. Then we have Triple M.
Yep, 3M. I'm holding them long term as well right now. They're sitting at right about 158, so if they break 159, I would get in.
All right, so you guys heard what Tom said. And then we have MU.
Yep, MU, Micron. They hit right around $50, so I would look for a $50 break, and I do have a nice trend line drawn there, so if they break that trend line, I would watch for a huge rise, and you can see the rise that they had today. They fell down to 44.50 and came all the way up to $50 a share. And that's some crazy momentum. Definitely look for it tomorrow.
Yep. So watch that. And then last but not least, DFS.
Yep. DFS had a high of 50 on the dot.
Yeah. So if it breaks $50 tomorrow, look to get it in a bullish sense. I am actually kind of mad at DFS right now. I was eyeing DFS calls yesterday. I was literally right about to pull a trigger, and I didn't. And of course, DFS shoots up 12 or 13%. So, you know, I could have had it. You know what I mean? Like, that's a huge run up, but I don't want to complain too much because, you know, all the other plays are doing just fine, and you know, can't win them all. So, DFS, definitely have your eyes on that. It's still a good play. And then we have an $8.65 million option that expires this Friday. We are looking at the Tesla 790 puts that expire this Friday, which is May 29th. And someone put about $8.65 million into this trade. Now, we just don't know if they are longing this trade or shorting this trade. The thing is, it looks like you go either way at this point. If it has like kind of downwards momentum tomorrow morning, we're to know they most likely bought these puts, meaning that they want Tesla to fall, and you know, you could piggyback off that. But I'm going to say it's more than likely that they shorted these options given how they are slightly out of the money and that they only have 2 days left of time. So most likely I would say Tesla is going to go up. However, they could have bought these puts. That's what we have to watch out for. We know someone put about $8.6 million into them. We know that they put them in the puts. We just don't know if they longed the puts or they shorted the puts. So if Tesla is falling tomorrow, they most likely long the puts. However, if Tesla has upwards momentum, they most likely shorted the puts. So if Tesla's up, you could look to sell the 290 puts with like a put credit spread, or just selling the naked puts. Or if Tesla's down, you could look to buy the 790 puts. So,
yeah, and keep in mind that the Tesla puts could also be correlated with the SpaceX launch that ended up getting postponed today. That Elon Musk has been working on this for 20 years now, with the Dragon X and the capsule that he's been working on. So pretty much we're sending 2 astronauts into outer space, and they delayed it until this Saturday or Sunday because of weather delays. But it's something that could even affect Tesla as well, considering Elon Musk owns both of them.
yeah, exactly. Huge news. And then we are going to answer your guys' questions. So with the first question, we have Romeo saying, can you please list a watch for less expensive stocks? So Tom and I don't really trade cheaper stocks, really. Here's the thing, you don't necessarily have to have a lot of money to play the plays we're playing. Like we might be trading Tesla, which is an $800 stock. However, you know, the options, or Tesla's like kind of a bad example, but like let's say like Triple M, right? So like Tom, can you go to Triple M? So Triple M right now is at about $158, right? Even though it's a very high price stock, you know, some of the options only cost like $80. So Romeo, we mainly trade options on bigger stocks. However, you know, we just feel it's just like a safer thing. Both Tom and I have been doing this for a long time. We've both tried to trade cheap stocks, you could call it, but they're very unpredictable. A lot of them are heavily manipulated. So we just like to stick to, you know, the big boys.
Yeah, and Romeo, if you look at my my chart right now, you can see that the ask and the bid right now on some of these calls say 0.70 and 1.00. Keep in mind that's $70 or $100 per call. So like you said, it doesn't take a ton of money. That's cheaper than the stock price itself. So you could get a call for $100. And if this stock does have upwards momentum tomorrow and ends up going up, you could possibly turn that 100 into $200 or $300 if you see a nice 200% gain in it.
Exactly. So then we have Beast saying last week, Netflix announced that they will start deactivating accounts if it's not being used. That will definitely rub people the wrong way, and it'll eventually make the stock decline. So that's a great insight. Tom and I have noticed that every time, like at least in the past like month or so, every time the market's up, Netflix is down. Every time Netflix is up, the market's down. I don't know why it is, but it seems like that a lot. Now we have RC saying the commentary between you two is awesome. I was going to say I could see you on TV, but who wants to be on TV? YouTube is where it's at. Also, I really like that you put your call outs on these video guys. It really helps me. I was already eyeing Disney, and then you guys said something, and I was like, bang, dollar bills raining from the sky. Thanks, Tom. Thanks, Mike and Tom at Stocked Up. Thank you for that awesome comment, and love to hear that. Then we have Ronnie saying, great call on JP Morgan today. You guys are some real ones. LOL. Question, what goes into your checklist before you call it the day trade? So to keep it simple, Ronnie, really just watch for breakouts. Look for volume, like just look for breakouts. It's really not that hard. Just breakouts. It's that simple. Just like the momentum plays, just like a nice move up. So like Tom, if you could go to Zoom on like a 15-minute chart. Yeah, that's fine. Like you could see right at open today, it was just breaking down. Like you could see like that first couple candles, it was just straight red. It was just bleeding, So like just look into that. However, for my personal day trades, I use a couple different like robot analyzer things I've made that pretty much just automates it, but it's really the same thing. And then Romeo has a ton of comments. So he said, I got burned on SCO, took a loss, just a dumb move, made money on it before. This time my timing was just bad and I didn't think it through. Doing good in TOL and ELY though. Still feel like I always learn more even from my mistakes. So yeah, awesome insight. Live and learn. Then we have Romeo saying, what's the positive we can work off with the China issue? Please, my 401k finally recovered. My heart can't take more huge downturns. So I'm sure a lot of people can say that. But we just need more information with this China issue right now. Like nothing has like a really officially passed. So we just need to wait and see. And then there will definitely be positives out of it. And as soon as we find out information, we will let you guys know. Then we have Beast again saying, today I bought 200 calls with DraftKings, predicting it would get to $35. It's currently at $34.22, so wish me luck. What do you guys think about TD, Trip, and the airline stocks? They seem to be climbing back up. As usual, that's for all the knowledge. Keep up the good work. Update my calls with DraftKings needed to get to 35.54, sold at 35.65, and made a decent profit. Awesome. Okay, so TD. So TD is Toronto Dominion. So that they're just running up with all the other bank stocks. They have the same input. We have the same input on that as everything else in the bank sector. There's a lot of momentum right now. It can definitely keep going up. And until we see like a solid reversal day, we're bullish on that. However, TD does have earnings, like Tom is pointing out, and that can change everything. So be very careful with that. And if you do want to play the banking stocks, I would suggest something like JP Morgan, Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, or Citigroup. And then how about Trip, Tom?
Yep, TripAdvisor.
So can you go to a daily chart?
Yeah, they're looking pretty good on the 15-minute, but
yeah, decent on the 15-minute.
I like them on the daily too. They just broke above the 100 SMA. It looks like they could easily keep running up towards 26 maybe, but obviously just make them break the high again still, because if it's going to have a green day and it's going to have a solid green day, just get in then when in the morning once you see those green candles start to form, instead of risking it and getting in early and then losing.
Right, exactly. So I agree with everything Tom just said. The only other thing is I probably wouldn't hold this for the long term, considering its chart, like it's just declining and declining and declining. And then on top of that, with the catalyst with the travel industry, I don't like it for the long term, but I do like it for the short term. And then the airline stocks. So like personally, AAL? I would never risk my money in them. That's just me though, guys. Like if, I would think there's a decent probability of the airline stocks rebounding. The government isn't just going to let them fail. However, I just wouldn't put my money into it. It's just the type of investor I am. I like value stocks like Verizon, Coca-Cola, Starbucks, Home Depot, Costco, things like that. And a lot of these airline stocks, especially American Airlines, is suffering fundamentally. They're just, I'm not a fan of them. Even Warren Buffett dumped all of his position, or nearly all of his position, with airlines.
Yeah, and if you were going to get into airlines, if you really wanted to get into airlines and you just can't help yourself, I would look at Boeing over any of these airline stocks, because Boeing does have some government contracts and they make the planes themselves. They're not selling tickets. So Boeing might be a way better option than like American Airlines, and they're a lot better priced as well.
Yeah. So yeah, consider that. Hunter said, great podcast, guys. Love days like today for my long-term holds. Absolutely. And then he said, have you noticed any significant differences in fill prices or options on different brokers you've used? And if so, which was best? Robinhood rarely ever filled me at the mid price, but Tastyworks almost always does. So for options, I've only used E-Trade, TD Ameritrade, and Robinhood for options. So TD Ameritrade has filled me the best out of all of those. E-Trade does pretty good too. Robinhood isn't the best for fills, but that's what you expect from they're not as advanced as other brokerages. And then we have Slow and Steady saying, love the videos and I appreciate the hard work you guys do. I love credit spreads and I use your info to set up additional trades in addition to my own. Thanks. Well, awesome comment and love to hear that. Then we have Romeo again saying, can you provide your most recommended news sources on stocks, rating sources, etc.? So for news, I get my news from a variety of places. The first one is the Stat Modeling Group. So guys, if you don't know, pretty much we have a service where you can get all the options that Tom and I trade. It's the Statistical Modeling Options Group. The link is in the description down below. It's called the Options Alerts. But you could see there's a lot of things included in this subscription, and one of them is a news robot. So I look through a lot of this. Pretty much any news that hits the line anywhere, whether it's CNBC, wherever, like literally anywhere, even if it's like not like a huge news company, the robot picks it up and it alerts. So I just like to scan through that. That'll give me everything I need. And I also just like to check CNBC.com just for a quick summary. And then also Keith said, as usual, nothing but love, guys. Always appreciative for all that you guys do. My question is, what do you guys think about investing in crypto, mainly Bitcoin and ETC? Bitcoin too high to start putting money into ? So what do you think about cryptocurrencies, Tom?
Yeah, personally, I would not put any of my money into cryptocurrencies just because they are not definitely not as secure as, like, let's say the dollar or any type of stock. It's just something that whenever you have a cryptocurrency like let's say Bitcoin that goes from like 0 all the way up to 25,000 and then falls back down to 5,000, that's a lot of volatility. And while it might go up in the future, it's just something that it's just not something that's very safe for your money. If you want to be safe with your money, get into stocks and options. I would not look at crypto for the long term, or I would only look at it for the long term with a little bit amount of money. And the thing is that whenever you're looking at crypto, there's a whole bunch of different ones like XRP and Dogecoin, which are kind of like penny stocks, only worth like about a dollar per coin, I guess you could say.
Yeah.
And that stuff's just very risky, and it could easily fall 50%, even over like 70% plus, like Bitcoin did.
Yeah, so I have a very little bit of Bitcoin. It's not a lot, but I just bought it just because I don't like it too much. Here's the thing. Like I don't love it where I'm gonna put a lot of money in it, but I think there's a small possibility in the long term it might become huge. So therefore I just have a little bit, but I'm not a huge fan. And then we have Max saying JPM was awesome call, Mike. I think the banks are padding their stocks. Seems like a shock is coming up in the driving of the prices higher is to limit the lower prices coming. If you look at the open interest on the June contract for puts, you will see why these bank stocks are rallying to squeeze the puts. Tomorrow's another day. Let's roll and make that moolah. Let's go. Yeah, love that. And then we have Romeo again saying, any thoughts on SRNE? So I'm going to pull that up. 517. We don't really trade like stocks like this too much, but it is a therapeutic stock. So it's like a biotech stock. These stocks are crazy. I'm going to guess it had like a huge catalyst when it ran up, but it kind of looks kind of like a pump and dump. Might retest the highs, but not a huge fan. In a stock this low is just a straight gamble.
Yeah, those are my thoughts exactly. It looks just like a pump and dump. Anything that goes from $3 a share up to $10 a share, unless it's like a big tech stock, kind of like like SPCE, like a space stock that flew up a while ago. You might be able to ride momentum on something like this if you get into a solid momentum play. But if you end up holding this for the long term, it definitely probably won't play out for you.
Yeah, and then we have MAS saying, why did Twitter stock go down today? Was it because of Trump and Twitter fact checks? Will it make another bull run this week? So have you heard anything about this, Twitter?
Yeah, I have actually. Um, what happened was that President Trump he ended up sending out some tweets, and Twitter pretty much did not agree with his guidelines, and they fact checked him because they took the facts from like CNN and a couple other news sources. And the thing is that you cannot fact check opinions. So what's going on now is that a bunch of Twitter users are getting on Twitter, and they're obviously very angry because they took down like one of Trump's tweets, and they might have even flagged him for something. And it's something that, we're getting into a little bit of politics here, but it's something that whenever you have opinions like with politics, you can't really moderate that on an open sourced website like Twitter, and Twitter was trying to moderate that. So
Yeah, so the biggest reason it would fall down is because the investors are expecting Trump to bash Twitter. And, like if Trump says, hey, this stock is, good, the stock's going to go up. If he says, hey, Twitter did this, blah, 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 in a bad sense, Twitter is most likely going to go down. So like they were anticipating that. Twitter does have a strong trend, but I wouldn't be bullish on anything that, Trump is going to say something, or something that Trump might say something negative about. Then we have Manny saying, thanks, Mike and Tom. I didn't get a chance to get the day trade today. I had to go to work. I'm looking for a chance to do it tomorrow. Awesome. Please let me know tomorrow. Thanks. Also, what do you guys think about NVIDIA? Let's take a look at NVIDIA.
NVIDIA, they're definitely very high right now.
Yeah, they're very
wow, they had a big red candle today.
Yeah, it was very volatile. I've been watching them a lot. I'm not a huge fan of them to the upside or the downside right now. They're just kind of one of those plays where it's like in between, where it's like a no play for me.
Yeah, and if you're talking about them for the long term, obviously they're a good tech stock, but whenever you were $260 a month ago and now you're $380, you need to really watch out for that to have especially a small pullback.
Right, exactly. And then we have Cookie saying, wow, RCL up 4 points. What do you think about CCL and AAL for a play today? So the kind of like the same thing as the bank stocks, they're not really correlated too much, but it's the same exact setup. So play as momentum play, ride it out until, there's like an official red day or like bad news comes out, but it's like the same exact setup. It's just short-term momentum play. And then we have MAN saying, great job, guys. You guys are rock on. Well, thank you for that awesome comment. And then we have Angie's comment, which I really like, saying, such a great video. Thank you, guys. I will share your videos on my social media pages. Can't thank you guys enough for all that I've learned so far. Well, Angie, thank you so much for that comment. Tom and I really, really appreciate, one, the amazing comment, and then two, your willingness to share the channel. It really, really helps grow the channel, and we really appreciate it. Then we have Scott saying, thanks for the videos. Can you spend a few minutes reviewing your momentum plays recommended in the previous episode? It would be great to hear which stock you decided to play and how it turned out for you. So yeah, we could definitely do that, Scott. We will implement that in probably tomorrow's episode. So yeah, great suggestion. But you can always join the Discord and just get like the exact day trades that we're looking at for the morning for completely free by clicking the first link in the description down below. And we also talk stocks, finance, everything, economics in the Discord too. And then we have Geo saying, love the bullish plays. Great video. You guys are killing it. Thank you so much, Geo. And then we have Romeo again saying also BCRX. So, and then SSR. So BCRX is another
pharmaceutical, very low.
So probably going to be this. Yep. It's just kind of like, we don't really trade stocks this low. It's just kind of either way. And then SSR. What is this?
SSR won't even pop up for me.
Yeah, I don't know. We can't really pull that one up. So then we have Matthew saying, great video. Thank you so much. And then we have Mason saying, awesome podcast. Thank you, Mason. Vu, another awesome video. Thank you. Stefan saying 2 days in a row. Thank you. And then James saying, hi, guys. Really enjoying your input. I have a question. I'm only allowed 3 day trades a week. Could you let me know when you pick the day trades if one of them or two could be held for a swing trade? This way I can limit my day trade to only the pertinent ones. So yeah, absolutely. So the biggest thing is just ask in the Discord, ask in the public chat. Both of the day trades for this week could have easily been swing trades. I would say like maybe like 65% of all the day trades alerted can be swing trades. So keep that in mind. But when in doubt, just ask. We have a community of over like 1,100 people. There's a ton of great members in the Discord, great community. So just feel free to ask. And then we have Keith saying, can you give your take on IVR? Okay, so another penny stock. We're not too into these low price stocks, and on top of that, it's a mortgage stock, and then there's a potential mortgage crisis going on right now. So I would never ever put my money in this type of play right now. It could work out huge, it could rebound, but the amount of risk you'd be taking is ginormous. So with that being said, Tom, do you have any last minute stocks, options, anything to watch out for tomorrow?
Nope, I think that's it. Other than I'm waiting. I'm definitely waiting for that SpaceX launch on Saturday.
Yeah, I know. I was waiting for that too. So yeah, feel free, guys. If you aren't subscribed already, don't forget to subscribe, and you will see our daily stock market watch list videos every single day on your homepage. And we really, really appreciate it when you guys comment, even if it's just like a quick little thank you or like, whatever. Just leave your opinion. It really helps grow the YouTube channel. And then on top of that, we love when you guys hit that like button. It's really, really helping to grow the channel, and we really appreciate it. So just thank you guys so much for all your comments. Thank you everyone who's subscribing and commenting and liking. We really, really, really appreciate it. If you guys want completely free day trading alerts, you can click the first link in the description down below for the Discord chat. And then if you guys want to trade the same options that Tom and I are trading, you can click the options alerts link in the description down below. It's our statistical modeling software. Works amazing. Had a couple amazing winners recently. And yeah, guys, so I just want to say thank you guys again so much for watching the video. Don't forget to subscribe. Other than that, thanks for watching.